Brandon here with Player Hater Gaming, and welcome to tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn, where we're gonna come have fun and roll dice and just tell fun stories. But unfortunately, before we get to those fun stories, we're gonna knock out some quick announcements. If you have not done so, do us a huge favor, head over to our link tree and give us a follow and all the likes and all the shares on our social media pages. It helps us get clicks, get the algorithm going, and get our name out there so more people can enjoy us and have fun listening to our stories, or just in general build a great community. And speaking of building a great community, another great way to do that is to join our Discord. We have two. The first one being the official Player Hater Game Discord, where you can come, share memes, talk life, play some D&D here and there, share some items. But if you want a place that's really focused on D&D, especially the text-based platform, we have an incredible community that I will pass it off to Mav to talk about.
Yes, and I will make that as quick as possible for you all in order to get back to the story. So, you have not played, you want to play, you don't know where to start, join us in the streamer, we'll teach you the ways. You want to be the storyteller, you want to direct people, or at least generally, you want to have fun with making everybody into your puppet. We will teach you also how to do that. So, have fun in the streamer, we'll see you there, and yeah. Brandon, I'm done.
Oh,
As he goes, like, looks off in the distance.
yeah, sorry, as I look wonderlustly off into the great beyond.
We're not used to you finishing so quickly.
For real. Thank you so much, David. We really appreciate
Yeah, no,
you
that's very
being
rare anyway.
quick.
But yeah, you're
Yes,
very
yes.
welcome.
The make kills for that. So, thank you so much for that. We have a few more announcements to make when we get back from our intro video, but they are best given with examples and things you see on screen. So we're going to go ahead and roll our intro video, and we're going to get into tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn. In the year 208 PT, a world once grounded by tradition and mystery was forever altered. The events leading to the tearing and uprooting of the lands have faded into legend, leaving us with a mystifying era known only as post-Torn. Player Hater Gaming welcomes you to the realm of Ulthana, where our journey takes us high above the clouds, into a realm of wonder and peril, a world composed of dozens of floating islands, each a unique culture unto itself, safe from the dangers lurking below. In this world of soaring islands and untold mysteries, danger lurks in every corner. Heroes and adventurers are born out of necessity, for the unknown has a way of finding its way into even the most tranquil of places. Meet our heroes who will shape the destiny of the Skytorn realm. Dragix, the unlikely but unyielding paladin, a beacon of virtue and strength. Red, the talented sorceress, wielding the elements with unmatched prowess. Eva, the warlock, possesses supernatural prowess, fueled by a pact of unknown origin and intent. Lovikazan, the indomitable barbarian, a force of nature and raw power. And lastly, the Doctor, the masterful wizard unlocking the secrets of the arcane with every incantation. These 5 souls, each with their own path, will converge in a tale of adventure, wonder, and intrigue. Join them as they explore uncharted territories and uncover the secrets of this realm. Welcome to Tales of the Skytorn. So, of course, the last few announcements better with visuals. The first one being, if you check out all of my players' cameras, to include mine, you will see there's a number overlaid on top of a dice. If that number does not say 3, you should feel free to contribute channel points to help them get that number to 3. Because what it means is they get a little bit of guidance, a little bit of help on most of their skill checks, ability checks, so on and so forth, if as long as they have that resource. But you are the ones that can control if they have that resource or not. next up, of course, is our deck of situations, which I've been keeping track of, and maybe not doing the best of job explaining when they happen, but they have been happening. So if you want to throw a card on there or burn one up, use the points, and they will be there. And then lastly, we have our schedule. So, of course, we're going to do a little bit of a different way about this where kind of help you guys out and understanding this. We're going to have our schedule starting tonight. So, of course, tonight, Wednesday, Tales of Skytorn. Our next one will be on Saturday, PhD Plays Multiplayer Mayhem. That's not right.
No, I thought the girls swapped.
No, just once.
Just for that one
Oh.
week.
Just
Okay.
for
Yeah.
that 1 week.
Once. I thought it was
No.
ongoing thing because
That's what I thought.
I know how
No.
to read. Okay, it was a one-time deal. Moving on. Saturday, PhD Plays. We're going to be playing The First Descendant at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Sunday, the return in their usual time slot with Nutmeg and Nyx going through Baldur's Gate 3 as their respective characters from tonight's game. Thankfully, I don't have to try and keep up with the lore to make things canon because they have gone beyond
So far.
left field.
Yeah.
The real
Mhm.
question now is how many romances do they pick up along the way? That's basically all it's turned into.
All of
I
it.
am
They just got like
collecting
one of those
them.
like the tack marks in the belt. They're just like notching
Mhm.
them off.
Yep. It's like Pokemon, okay?
gotta collect them all.
Yes.
It's okay. Red can have all those. Zon's turning into an Illithid. It's fine.
Fine.
It's fine.
Then of course Tuesday we'll have PhD Plays with Rot Rave hitting up the horror stream games.
Yep, we'll be switching off Stalker for a new game that just dropped.
Ooh. Well then, with all of that now officially out of the way, last episode there was a bit of recovery, some time taken for physical and mental rest so the party could adjust to a quite rapid shift in the dynamic of the life they had been living. Knowing full well the paths they had been on had led them through various things, it certainly, with their last few adventures, has gotten quite real. Understanding that perhaps their paths are no longer truly in their control. Something of a positive or negative greater force gently directing or nudging their actions. Gifts delivered, gifts taken. But as these cursed crew continue to walk a unified path, I know I look forward to seeing what choices they make and how they continue to move forward, in which I will just simply do the most blandest of openings I can. And to all of you at my table, it is your table. What do you wish to do?
Oh,
Burn everything.
yes.
Okay.
No,
Red is
Certainly
100%.
within your power.
it is.
Red is 100% on board with this plan.
Right?
Absolutely. Yep. Mhm.
Just chaos. That's all we need.
Chaos, burn,
Yep.
burn all the things.
You got firebolt. I got produce flame. Good work.
So many more fire spells than firebolt.
Exactly. Well, I think Zahn is just gonna do her own thing because the boys went off ship and she's gonna tend to her garden and then maybe help out with some of the renovations for a bit.
Okay. You are respectfully declined.
Told to fuck off.
But I took down a wall.
Yes, well, this is
And
now
they-
building.
They don't disagree with you, but also they are being paid to do a job and feel it would be dishonest to have you as an extra unpaid work body.
It's okay, I'm already unpaid as it is.
Excuse me.
Can't-
You
Red
got something
will
to say
be-
there?
Technically, I can't deny that.
Nope.
There's a whole bag of holding worth of pay. Anyway,
But she just doesn't realize the fact that she actually just needs to ask for money to get it.
right. And Zahn has bought how many candy apple carts?
One. Thank you.
Twice.
No. I bought it out and then
I love the fact that she was just like, she went normal volume and then just dropped.
Dropped.
to
Yep.
mumbling.
Don't listen to the rest of my
Anywho.
sentence. It's fine.
Anywho.
But Red will be accompanying Eva wherever she would like to be. Red knows that Eva's gone through some stuff. So she's just going to be supportive at the moment.
Okay.
Give me one moment while I check something.
Oh.
'cause- Yee.
Okay.
I don't.
Drac,
I was
it's what
going
you
to
have
do something last session and I don't remember what, so it's fine.
Oh.
Dracula with Doc.
Yeah, you two are going shopping.
Right, you
Yes.
guys
Ooh.
to the city. Okay, so we'll come back around to you guys.
Yeah.
Retta, you're accompanying Eva, keeping her grounded and stable.
Yes.
Eva, what are you doing?
They had gone and fetched Cass, brought her back,
Yes.
and Doc, did you keep that scroll on you?
Yeah, it's on Doc's person.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Then Eva is honestly just trying to not have another mental breakdown, and she's keeping Red and Cass close and just spending time with them.
Okay. So, Levikazan, you are basically doing your best to be out of the way while being on the ship, top deck. You can spot through the open door into the kitchen area. You can see Cassandra, Red, and Eva just in varying stages of either maybe playing simple card games or helping Cassandra read or do lessons,
Mhm.
cooking a snack or lunch here and there. You can hear the construction down below. Things seem to be going well. The occasional curse word here or there from someone hitting their thumb on accident. You know, the usual
Yeah.
things you'd expect.
The
Was on
usual.
accident. Somebody definitely got smacked in the head with a board.
Oh yeah, the whole. Oh, sorry. They turned to hit somebody else.
Yep.
Yep. They get insurance with us? Probably not.
Doesn't exist in this world.
Thank God. Navigating that is
Could
fun.
you imagine the tax frauds that would happen?
Exactly.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
And then workers' comp would just be ridiculous.
Horrible.
Mm.
So, Doctor and Drakic, you're heading into town.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As you make your way past the docks, nothing seems to catch your eye out of the ordinary. You see usual business to you, Drakic. You kind of looking around with your spotted eye. You don't really see anything that looks too nefarious. Most business appears to be above the board and well documented. You might see an individual here or there, but they don't seem to be either like paying somebody off or anything that would arise suspicion outside of the normal things that they want to get into.
So
the
wait.
city.
So you're pretty much telling me that he sees nothing that he's comfortable with. Everything is green across the board.
No, you would spot some simple things you would expect, like
Okay,
someone being
because the way you were
paid
saying,
off.
they're just like, oh no, everything's
no,
above
no.
board. There's like nothing.
There's
like,
above
none
the
of
board
that.
transactions, but there's just enough of, hey, could you hold this for me? While the other person just looks this way for a moment, and
Yep,
they
okay.
roll a cart past. But nothing,
Alright.
again, beyond ordinary. Nothing like someone's trying to make a big push through, or there's a lot of hush-hush around the transportation right now. The normal levels of theft you would expect.
Okay.
Or
Okay. I had to make sure.
nefarious dealings.
I had to make sure because it's like if there isn't enough, he's gonna be like,
No, this isn't like
I don't
Reese.
like this place. We need
This
to
is
go.
like Reese.
We need to go murk somebody in order to make sure that the chaos comes back. So yeah. So now with that, he's just like, okay, I'm comfortable. I am now within my zone. All right, we're good.
You know, I opened an extra window to open some kind of resource to have on hand, and I can't remember.
It's called Alt Tab. It helps you find out what you have open. Just
That's
saying.
what it was. I remember what it was now. I remember what it was now.
EM screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Fucking knew it.
All your
Nice.
passives ready that I forgot to do.
Oh, great. Cuckoo. That's
Let-
not ominous.
Let it load and do its thing. Okay.
Mhm.
You're making your way through. Again, you're not seeing any level of crime. Honestly, it might be a little low, considering the size of the city and how you know things work. But again, it is morning, afternoonish. It is bright. Not a lot of great nefarious things happening. No one's quite that bold around here, it seems, which makes sense. You don't want to be. Heading further into the city, is there anything outside of what I believe the obvious answer to be, but I'm not going to guess. I'm going to have you tell me. What is your
Objective,
what is your
goal.
Objective, yes.
It is to help Doc find a proper ring, or at least resize the one that I believe he has.
It would be a proper ring for it. We also wanted to go stop by a office branch of the trade company
Oh yes.
and see if we can use that favor owed to us to get some Valerium. Palladium.
Palladium.
Some V word.
Because Valerium is a common ore that there are a lot of fancies, to be fair. And I play way too many games.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're gonna think we'll do that. Stop second. Or do you
Yeah,
think we should
if
do first?
it's depends on which way it is. It's like if the branch office is on the way, then we'll do that first. If it's not, we'll do it second.
Yeah, the Cloud Sea Trading Company specifically. So either Doc or Drax has the rip. I believe Drax has it. She's
It's
left one.
inside the bag of holding. It has
Yeah.
always been inside the bag of holding.
Okay.
Okay. So you would know that while there would be a smaller, like basically a satellite office here near the docks for the Cloud Ocean Trading Company, you would know the main one would be further into the island, which is actually past the small like port town there is here and into the main part of the city itself. Unlike Wingata, which is almost continuous from docks to shops and living, academy, so on and so forth.
There
this
is a
island-
space between
there
them.
is space here. Again, it is a larger island, but it is not as large. So the population is a bit less and has not quite fully expanded out or had a need to build. But again, many islands have to make space to be self-sufficient. It would seem that this island, instead of having like regions sectioned out, like one for farming, one for ranching, one for mining, so on and so forth, they just have kind of the whole island to help break it up.
Yeah. But we would still kind of stop at that little satellite office just in order to
Okay.
like
See, it's
mention.
possible.
And that would
Yeah.
be like significantly closer. Basically, you get off the ship, head inside, you'll pass a few inns, a few bars, and it would just be maybe not even 60 feet past that, because obviously that's their job, is to be
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, because there's no point in us going to the main office and being told no.
Right.
Rather be told no in the satellite office and just be like, okay, the next place we can go to, we try there again. The one that we're going to meet now has now been scratched off of the possible entry list.
Yeah, I know. I try to keep a working list of at least 50 names, short descriptions, just so I can fire them off because you people will go anywhere.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I don't know what you're
I
talking about.
stopped trying to be like, oh, this town's gonna be exactly this way, and all these things exactly right here, and this perfect person right here. It was like, there's a town.
Nope. Mhm.
Yeah, there's a town. It's got a
And
guy.
then there's other ones you're just like, I'm not going to have anybody. I need 30 people. Shit.
Yeah. Namegenerator.com. Use your tools, GMs. Use your tools.
You have
Get
them
into the
for
small
a
satellite
reason.
office. The very simple metal plate that is on the wall. There's no hanging sign. It's actually on the wall. Just, Cloud Trading Company. You head inside. Doors unlocked. They're open for business.
Mhm.
Inside, again, satellite office. Kind of small. Mostly, you just see a lot of ledgers. And there's basically just one desk you see available here. And it's just sitting behind it. Looks like just probably middle-aged human male. He's got this kind of looks to be longer blonde hair, kind of been in the back, loose, low ponytail, some bangs hanging forward. His head is down, and he is writing. And as you enter, the door hits a bell, and just ding ding. He looks up. Oh yes, morning. Can I help you?
Yes, we had a question, and he would go into the bag, pull out the writ. We were wondering if this would actually allow us to get particular items that we may need, and hands it over.
And he'll take it. And as he looks up, you can see now that he has the very typical dark blue top tunic and kind of sewn into a patch over here. You can see what looks to be almost like chevrons over the Cloud Ocean Trading Company, and you see 2 chevrons, which lets you know, Drakex, with your particular background, this person basically middle management.
Yeah.
So to you, it would be strange. Why is someone like this in a satellite office? Usually they're over a team. If you want more out of that, you can make a history check.
I will definitely make that history check.
Okay.
Come on, goose egg. I got nothing.
Oh no!
Starting off strong, guys.
Yeah.
With a natural
Jeez.
1 for your history check, you.
He is so focused on the writs and getting
Yep.
the item, he doesn't care about anything
I have
else.
no further details for you. Sorry. He takes the writ, opens it. Oh. Well, let me be, I guess, the second person to say thank you for your help. What were you looking to? What were you looking to get with this?
Drake kind of like looks a little like in this moment. He's just like, "Wait, I can't steal it," and he's just like processing the fact that he actually has to be legit, and he kind of just goes blank for a minute.
Doc would step in.
You see, you look over, Doc, as there's silence. You just see a little bit of smoke coming out of the Dragonborn ears. You're like, oh, he's too used to stealing, and you just like step in.
We would like to get see if we can acquire some Validium.
And Drax immediately just starts nodding. He's just like, if I open my mouth, we're gonna have problems.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, it is a little controlled on this island, but not all islands, which is the nice part about working with the Cloud Trading Company, is we don't follow individual island rules.
That's why
How
we
much
thought you.
did you need, though? There would be a limit. I mean, even with this, which, again, thank you guys for your help. He's, like, still reading it, like, all the
Mhm.
words and everything put in there.
Okay, so I imagine, did the Smith tell us how much we needed?
No.
Would Doc have a good guesstimate?
Drax is immediately just gonna ask, "What's the limit?" Just in case.
Limit for this, if you wanted to fully cash in this favor, we could probably get you a chunk worth about 1,000 gold. Which, and he kind of takes his hand, depending upon, and he's like really showing different sizes. He's like, it could either be like this large or this large. It depends on a lot of factors. Are either of you familiar with Validium?
I'm aware of what it functions as. Never used it myself, though.
Got you. And he very politely rolls the scroll back up and hands it back to you, almost like as soon as they're reading it, Drakex, he makes sure you get it back.
Yeah, he takes
like
it,
a
puts
point,
it.
like a quick swip, like there you go. I don't want this. Basically,
Yep,
you're
no.
like, oh yeah, this guy gets it.
Yeah, takes it, puts it away. He just wants to make sure of the fact that it works. He's like, okay, so main office later.
Yeah. Well, depending upon quality, element, things like that, the size could be. Honestly, it's as strange as this is. It could be as small as this, or it could even be large, like a cluster. It just depends how
What?
high quality it is. If you're just looking for to get your amount, we can get that. But if you're looking to, and he kind of looks you over for a minute, Doctor. Let me make a check real quick. Yeah, he would know. I can see by your attire you seem to be a learned spellcaster. So my question to you is, are you going to use it to grind it down for casting purposes or infuse it into something?
Well, I won't be the one personally using it. We are technically going to be infusing it, but it's going to be like our main source for a forge. Actually, we're going to forge a spear at it.
And will this be the like the broadhead or the tip of the spear, or will it be
Yes.
used somewhere else? Okay.
Yes. There will be a different type of
If you
material
could
for the handle.
provide schematics or something with how large you want it, I could see what we have available.
Well, do you read Celestial?
No, goodness no.
Well, Doc will begin describing the size of a spear, just a normal spear size to this individual, the best he can to get the best estimate for the size of Iridium.
And he's listening, he's taking notes. Okay, so probably something about maybe give room for working it, forging it. I don't know a lot about it. Let's actually see how smart is this guy. Of course, average intelligence. Let's say a piece roughly 8 inches long and 2 to 3 inches in diameter.
That sounds correct to me.
Okay. Is that what you want for your payment?
If it's within the means of it, yes.
Yes. I mean, again, it's controlled on this island, so we do keep most of ours in a secure warehouse. But if you entrust me with the writ, I could handle it for you, or I could point you in a direction to go.
Captain, what do you think?
Trusted you guys enough, and you guys trusted us to help out, so I don't see any reason to believe that you would try to stiff us on this. So he actually does take the writ back out and hand it over.
Okay. And do you want me to try and find a chunk that is worth the and close to the 1,000 as possible, and then just make up the rest in pure gold, or more Valedium?
More Valedium, I believe, would be the best outcome. In case the smith would require extra resources of it, I imagine it would be a good idea to have someone hand.
Any of it powdered?
We should have some powdered as a precaution.
If you can get it as close to the amount we need and make the rest up with the powdered variant, I think that would make a good balance.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to pick it up here tomorrow, or I can bring it to your ship later tonight after my shift?
We can come back later tonight and pick it up from you, if that's easier.
I could meet you here.
Yeah, that's fine.
I would like to go home at some point.
No. Completely understandable. No worries. We will be here. What time will you be?
Well, so I'm thinking about here. And you see he grabs his ledger and he opens it, and Drakex, even upside down, you can read it quick enough to realize it's like basically an incoming outgoing estimation ship.
Yeah.
So he's looking at it, kind of looking at the times. Looks like my last Our last vessel is scheduled to be in shortly before dusk. Give me 2 hours. Let's say 3 hours after dusk.
Okay.
Doc will look at his watch to set, memorize what time it is now to set the time for later.
Probably just like 2.5 hours after dusk. We're already here waiting for him, so this way he can just hand it off and go home.
Yes.
You see, he takes a writ, rolls up very nicely.
Thank
steps
you for
away.
your help.
No,
Uh,
I should be the one thanking you. You kidding me? This is written by one of our respected captains.
He was a very lovely individual to meet, honestly.
Also intense.
For a moment, I kind of like he wasn't that. I guess he could be at the right moments, but he was definitely
He
a
seemed to be
lot
more. Well, he seemed like us in a way, so didn't seem as intense to
True.
us.
You weren't on the wrong side of this cannon, so that's understandable.
And glad we weren't. Their ship quite dwarfed ours.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hate to smile and be a point of pride, but come on.
I can't
understand.
argue.
Yeah.
If we could, one of those would be lovely to have. But
Well, always looking for new talent.
maybe.
Something to consider.
By the way, we didn't catch your name, just so that way we.
Oh, of course. I am Doc Warden Zane de Bolbeck.
Well, Zane, thank you for the help. I'm Drakix, and this is Doc.
At this point, right when you start saying your name, he stands up.
Yeah, he figures as much. And then after introducing both of them, he just holds his hand out a sec once again.
And
Regardless,
And
we appreciate the help with getting this, as we have been needing that. So, thank you.
well, it's certainly I've heard it's a fun component to play with arcanely. I have no talent of my own, and then he looks to Doc. But I've heard many wizards have discovered a lot of fun things with it.
Well, from what I understand, it replaces the need for any component.
That is my basic understanding as well, but it
I'll,
seems it can also be used to assist in amplifying things. Though again, I've just kind of heard on the wind and seen secondhand what it can do.
yes, it's quite a rare thing to acquire, even in a learned field.
The only advice I can give is don't slap it to one of your cannons.
Don't plan on it. I already have a plan for ours.
Good.
All right. Well, we will let you get back to work. And
Of course.
though it does strike me a bit odd with your status, I don't mean to be rude or pry into anything, but why are you not working with a team?
Oh, well, I don't directly work with my team. And he kind of like gestures left and right. We cover the entire front of the island's ports, so my team is spread a little thin with the other smaller offices.
Okay. Once again, didn't mean to make it seem as anything, just
No,
found
of
it a little
course.
bit odd.
Just covering ground on this unique island was a bit of a challenge. Most places,
Gotcha.
as you would know, have compact storage
Yes.
docking areas. This island does not. And you can just see just his face, just fucking.
Well, if we're around after tonight and we do see you running around, we'll get a drink together. Because
That
I
sounds-
completely understand that. Well, we'll let you be. Have a good day, and we will see you later.
Thank you. And he sits back down.
Yep.
Starts going back to work.
And we make our leave.
Yep.
Ding 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 ding.
That's going to be the one thing at the end of the day. He's just like, how many times does that door open? Probably never. He's just like, he probably got more shocked in that door opening than anything else because nobody probably goes in there for any reason.
No, typically,
It's just-
and you would know that most people that
Yeah.
go in there, they work for the
Yeah.
Autos Trading Company.
So with that, jewelry store.
Okay. I need both of you to give me perception checks as you look for a jewelry store. Oh, the comedic gold. You can't make this up.
No,
Oh god. What'd you roll, Drakix?
that's a 24.
What'd you roll, Doc?
19.
Very nice.
Your Drac really wants to find a jewelry store for this to happen.
Yep. But now you get to roll off my table. Roll a d4.
Okay.
Yes, I have a jewelry shop table.
2.
2. You head out and you start looking around. You realize, well, let's go further in. And you head to one of the main streets that heads further into the island. Moving through this, you get to the first kind of like main shopping area where you can see there is a lot of this is definitely like drop and sell kind of places to where basically people pull their carts up, drop off their cargo, crack the lids, and start selling.
Mm-hmm.
But there is also established businesses here. One of them catches your eye, the Gilded Galleon. As you look and you can see a building has been made into a miniaturized ship shape.
Got it. He's going to notice.
Probably why it caught your eye.
Yeah, probably. As he points it out to Doc, those little carts. Does any of them actually have like any kind of fruits, both drizzled in sauce and not?
Most things here don't seem to have a bunch of like prep work done to them. It is like if they're on a street vendor, it's literally just drop the cargo, crack the lid, start selling as fast as possible.
Yeah, like
So
but
not a lot of things have work put into them aside from gathering and dragging gear.
got it.
There are quite a few, like, exotic fruits here, or get your fresh vegetables here, things like that.
He's gonna go to the fruit one on the way. It's just like we should definitely get her some sweets just to kind of butter her up before the question.
Well, I wasn't going to ask when we got back. I was going to give it.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, we get her enough sweets this way. Whenever you decide to, at least the groundwork, even though we didn't need to, is already done as well. Doesn't catch her completely by surprise, even though I'm pretty sure she will, and probably throw stuff anyway.
Oh, we also don't know what to expect.
Yeah, no, not at all. That's the reason why I'm thinking we get her some fruits. She could plant some, or at least the seeds. She has more for later on, and at least we also have other things to eat later.
Well, we got the bag of holding. We can go ahead and grab some.
Drac is just gonna go and buy 3 of every single fruit that he sees.
Okay.
So it's like what, like 5 gold total, maybe? Or just do the math, yeah.
No, I'm gonna roll dice to see how many fruits you buy.
Okay.
How many types of fruits you buy. I'm gonna be rude about it. I'm gonna roll a d12.
That's fair.
8 different types of fruits.
Okay.
So for all of that, I'll actually say just fruit pieces, 3 of each, 8. Wouldn't really be a ton. Let's knock it down to like, honestly, it'd be rather cheap. It'd probably be like 2 or 3 gold.
So it'll be 4 gold because he's gonna give the gold as a tip
Okay.
total. So
Yeah, amongst copper and silver, it would have
yeah.
that way. Got you. Okay.
So yeah, to the galleon.
You head inside, and immediately you are met with a incredible display of various glass cases and like quarter busts little like wooden hands with rings on them, the quarter bust with necklaces, other just laying out like earrings, things like that. And you can see sitting behind the counter is looks to be a rather weathered, at one time, probably a vibrant red-headed female, but with age and time, it has quite faded and weathered. And she's just kind of sitting there, a couple like wrinkles around her eyes, and she looks up. Hi.
Jack's arms are
Gets
currently in
off
his
her chair.
pocket just to make sure that he doesn't get sticky fingers.
She gets up off her chair and gets a little closer. How you doing? As she got close, you can see that her left eye is completely glossed over.
Doing well. How are you this evening?
Fine, thank you. Welcome to the Gilded Galleon. My name is Regina.
Regina, I am the doctor. This is Captain Dragix.
Captain?
He just nods because hands in pockets and
Yeah.
trying to be extremely respectful right now. He's just like, no. Sticky fingers, no.
I am interested in finding an engagement ring.
As she kind of takes her hand and gives like a wave, you notice that on her index finger, it looks like she has crafted a very ornate, like swirling and spiraling gold like exterior finger. It's a piece of jewelry. It's very ornate. Drakex, what's your history modifier? 0?
Yeah, it's a goose egg.
Okay, please hold.
Is that also one?
No, I just love borrowing mechanics from other things, like secret checks. I love secret checks.
Uh-huh.
Pathfinder.
As she does this, your
Uh-huh.
mind immediately hits, and you have heard tales of Captain Regina Goldfinger Drake, a ruthless and one-time feared female pirate from about 20 years ago, before she just suddenly vanished off the face of the cloud ocean.
Okay, at this moment in time, he actually does
And
take his
as you
hand
look
out.
around, you're like, wait a minute. And I need to check one thing real quick before I move forward. Yeah, with your passive perception, you realize that most of this jewelry work is not done by a singular person. This
It's
is
different styles, different.
definitely her loot.
He realizes this. He actually takes his hands out at this moment and just goes, Captain. And he actually just like gives her even a little bit deeper bow,
Yeah.
more out of a sign of respect for who she is.
She kind of like waves her hand. Now. Let's just do business. Her demeanor has changed.
Of course. I will leave this to Doc's capable
What has
hands.
brought such distinguished guests into my shop?
Well, I'm looking to acquire a engagement ring.
Oh. What did you have in mind?
Well, I was thinking a blue topaz on a silver band to really, I feel like that would match her pretty well.
Did you want something thin, thick, medium band?
I think a medium band would do. Doc will give her his best estimate of Zon's ring size.
Okay.
I feel like Doc would have a decent grasp of that.
Okay. She thinks for a moment. Did you want something mundane, magical?
Mundane. I can make it magical later.
Of course. So you'll need something that can stand up to the pressure of the arcane.
Ideally, silver usually would be the best idea for this, I believe.
Okay. Topaz?
Blue topaz.
Blue She kind of starts to move around her shop, going down to where you can see there's a long glass case with rings. She's looking over the top of it. Hmm. Are you dead set on silver?
I could be persuaded.
Okay. And she opens the case from the backside, grabs a couple of rings, and sets them up. And you can see she kind of looks through it, and she grabs one that has doesn't have blue topaz, has a sapphire set into it. And then she takes it and takes a piece of cloth, lays it out, and it is a platinum banded ring with a kind of a oval cut sapphire on it. Here's something pretty close. Now I could get another band and set a blue topaz. I believe I might have one around here somewhere. And she starts looking around. You can see she kind of and doesn't lose eyesight of you, but moves down the case a bit and pulls out some earrings and sets one of them onto the cloth as well. You can see it is a very simple earring made of gold, but the stone is a blue topaz.
Okay.
I don't believe I'd have anything ready today, but I could reset this in a band if you find a band you like.
That sounds perfect for me.
All right. Steel silver, or do you like this style of platinum?
I do like the platinum. But I'm not
Do you
sure
need,
if she would.
I see. Well, since I'll be resetting it anyways, I'm sure I could find a silver band somewhere. And she takes a platinum one, sets it back, puts the tray back underneath. Takes a moment, she kind of moves down the line a bit. Drakex, while this is going on, what are you up to?
He is currently looking. He's keeping his hands behind his back because of the fact that he knows that even though she is currently with one glossy eye, she's probably still keeping an eye on him the entire time. So he's not trying to pick up anything.
Looking
But,
around,
yeah.
Taking the time that is with Doctor being occupied, you can basically affirm what you already knew, that this is not made by her at all.
Mm-hmm.
You're sure she probably has some talent for jewelry. There are quite a few very nice pieces, but in general, everything here was not made by her. It is definitely plundered loot from those less fortunate now.
Random.
Sure.
Does he see anything, or I guess I should say feel like any kind of divine or I guess lightning infused as he's looking around?
Go ahead and make me... You're a paladin. Make me a charisma check.
Okay. It's a 17.
17? As you kind of look around, you take a moment to just close your eyes, you breathe and you focus, and you kind of extend that sensation you get when you truly align yourself with your oath and you call upon your channel divinity and divine powers, and you kind of express that outward in a very small radius around you, like maybe like 5 feet.
Yeah.
You feel something just off to your left.
He's going to go over and look at it.
What you can see As you get to the shelf, it is adorned with what looks to be basically really fancy, like little like sheath, like belts with small like a little tiny like dagger sheath, or maybe even with a dagger. Definitely for show, not so much function. Mostly, again, they look like daggers, but you would barely use these to open letters. Like, certainly something to just look beautiful while also being an elegant weapon, but probably wouldn't stand too much combat. Looking around, you do see one dagger that catches your eye as it's probably about that long, one-handed. Typically, a dagger would have like a hand, maybe a little bit more, just in case you needed it, but this is certainly one-handed. The crossguard is very simple T across the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
The overall material appears to be a unique blend of silver and platinum. And it is kind of like set at like a 45-degree angle on like two like prongs holding it up, kind of like that.
Got it. He's going to look over. May I? And kind of like points at it, like almost as if like he wants to take it off and hold it in his hand.
And you see she kind of like takes her finger and gives it like a little flick like this, and you hear the front door. Of course.
He was waiting for that. He's going to immediately take it off and just hold it in both hands and just kind of like focus a little bit more on it. Try to see what kind of called out to him from it directly. Was it the lightning or the divinity part?
Excuse me while I find the notes.
No worries.
Okay, Drax and I are having secret messages back and forth. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Of course. As you reach for the blade, do you take it by the handle or by the sheath?
It would be both hands. So one
Got it.
hand would be on the handle, the other hand would be on the sheath.
Okay.
Because something like this, he's not gonna that's technically disrespecting the blade if he takes it by one.
Got you. You take the dagger off, and do you unsheath it?
Yeah, he slowly unsheaths it.
Okay.
Like he kind of like parts it a little bit to see like the bit of the blade, see if there's anything, because he expects like if it already called out to him, then something may happen when he starts to open it, and then he completely takes it out.
Do you wear gloves?
Yes, he's wearing the Stormforged gauntlets.
Okay. You grab it, you unsheath it, and as you do, the blade seems to also be made entirely from silver.
Okay.
As you look at the blade itself, for a moment you're not sure if it's something in the window is causing it to happen, maybe the way the light's hitting it, but the blade itself, it looks like within the confines of the metal, it almost looks like there's like a little wave consistently moving.
Okay. All right, his original plan now goes out the window. He's going to look at it and put it back into the sheath.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to put it down on the closest material, not on the stand where it was, and then he's actually going to take off his right gauntlet, puts it next to the blade, once again picks it up and just starts to open it, because now he's curious to see how he feels holding the blade.
You cannot hold the blade.
Oh.
The moment you touch it, There's a and your skin burns.
Oh, he immediately takes off. He's like, understood. He immediately just turns. I think we may need this.
Doc will
Looks,
look what he's looking at.
and at this point, the blade is inside the sheath and not just. He just holds it up. How much is this? Out of curiosity's
She
sake.
looks over and kind of like waves you to come over.
He just grabs the other gauntlet that he puts down, goes over to them, places it down in front of them.
She looks at it, she picks it up, she unsheaths it. Oh yes, this one. I could part with it for 50,000. And she sheathes it and sets it down.
Drac just like blinks a couple of times, and at this moment, Doc would probably see the burns on his hand as he just puts the gauntlet back on. I'm sorry. How 50,000 gold?
Yes.
Oh, this would this would have so helped us in the castle, but
She kind of takes it, looks it over. I'm guessing you have not heard of such a weapon, have you?
Drac just like looks at Doc from the corner of his eye, and he's
What?
clearly thinking, and he just says, "Screw it." He takes off the gauntlet and just puts his hand out. Well, I didn't think of the fact that it was going to affect me, but knowing how it can, I was hoping to use it as a backup in case I ever needed to put others down or myself. And then he just puts the gauntlet right back on.
Doc will look at the dagger and clock it as silver, and then just look at Drakex. Kind of shake his head.
With the stories that he knows about this woman, he's not currently scared of secrets coming out because he now knows who she is.
Mhm.
So therefore, they both have
They both
something
have
on each other.
something.
So at this moment in time, he's not worried about his secret, and she can't be worried about hers.
Nope. During the time of this conversation, Doctor, she has managed to acquire what looks to be a very simple silver band. About the thing she's looking for, that does have a stone set in it, but nothing she's... It's not like it's an incredibly valuable stone. She's fine resetting it with the blue topaz.
Yeah.
Dragon really just looks over and just goes, "There goes our contingency in case need one." But how much is we at least need that more than anything else. My ailments, we could find other means of having protection against it. As you currently goes to figure out the price.
Damn it, Meg.
I was waiting for that. I knew one of us was going to get it eventually. I was thinking about it myself for the longest.
I mean, we were the Chaos Crew before we were the Curse Crew, right?
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
while you guys decide on what you want to do with this blade.
Ask the question.
Hmm.
How much was the ring?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the blade is going to be out of the question.
Yeah, the blade's out of the question. He's
It's a little too high. I don't know how much we actually have in total because Jackson hadn't told anyone the actual amount yet.
no. He's just been guessing. He's just been leaving everybody guessing.
She kind of looks over the ring, figures some numbers in her head. Oh, not overly complicated to reset, and not really losing anything outside of this gem, but I'm selling a ring band, so let's call it 50 gold.
All right. Doc will pay the 50 gold.
Okay. She takes it. She pulls out a ledger. She starts writing the order itself. Name for the order?
The doctor.
He signs it. Begins to write the same exact thing again. And then pulls off the bottom half of the parchment, hands you yours.
Doc takes it.
Bring that back. Give me a day or two.
All right. See you in a day or two then.
Of course.
Thank you.
She sets those things aside, sets the dagger aside, and you can watch as she kind of just taps the glass twice with her gold finger, and the door unlocks.
Drac just looks at her, nods, and just goes, "If you ever need, which I doubt, but things to be moved, you could also let us know."
Of course.
And he would leave. Though he still hasn't healed his hand, so it's still kind of, he's leaving the burn on it, just to remind him of what he has to deal with. So he'll be the first one to leave out the door.
Doc would be right behind him.
All right. You head out. Anywhere else before you return to the ship?
No, I think we got everything we needed on this trip.
Yeah.
Okay. You head to the ship. As you do so, we're going to take our first 5-minute break so we can run some ads. This way we can try to schedule our ads and you all don't get caught with them during storytelling time. So, to my players, go enjoy a snack, whatever. Go do whatever you want. We'll see you in 5 minutes. For those of you in chat, we're going to run some ads. So, see you in 5. I'm still going to be here, but you might not see me. I don't know.
Wee.
I don't know.
But no.
Nobody knows.
Oh man.
If I sent you the stat block for this item, you would buy it immediately.
I'm sure he
I would go into debt. I would go into debt for this item. Sorry.
Don't tempt him.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. My first thought was that blade, oh, it's going to go to Cass. After realizing what it was, it's not going to Cass. It's going to Eva.
Yeah, I mean, you're highly allergic to silver now.
Yeah.
Yep.
But not even that. It's also like what it represents too.
It
If I'm
would
not mistaken.
depend. It would depend on B's version of vampire lore.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's
Oh,
a
that's also true.
discrepancy
Yeah.
on whether or not vampires are affected by silver as well. It's considered to be a pure metal, so some people do and some people don't.
That
It's
is true. I did not consider that at all.
because that's the reason they can't cross running water. It's considered to be a pure source of water.
Yeah.
So that would be entirely up to B on if that affects Eva or not, even.
I guess we'll find out later.
I was gonna say, now we won't know.
Well, I mean, do you have any
Technically,
silver
we
jewelry?
can. We can. The silver ring.
I mean, silver coins at this point should also be enough, but
Just tape them onto a glove and just shove it in his face.
Make brass knuckles out of them.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
God.
Yeah, silver knuckles.
Sun will go toe to
silver
toe.
knuckles now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes.
And I'll be back 40
1000%
seconds.
yes.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh. The cats are on a rampage right now.
Mm.
Yes.
You know what Red really needs to find is a glamour weave dress like that.
Right? I was legitimately thinking that, like, okay, whenever this happens, like, does Zon just get, like, something she can make a custom dress out of? And, like, no.
I
We
mean,
should all get that.
Yeah. Like this one. She needs it to be glamour weave.
Yes. I love that.
Me too. I'm just
Mhm.
leaning into the fire.
Oh, fuck yeah. As you should.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Wait.
What? What?
They're doing a Lilo and Stitch, like,
Live action, yeah.
3D animated version?
Yeah.
they're doing a lot of
Oh, good
remakes.
lord.
Mm-hmm.
I have to watch this.
Mm.
No matter how bad it is, I at least have to watch it once.
All right.
Oh,
No, it's gonna be shitty,
no.
but
Likely. Mm. So I'm gonna be trying to stay up until 3 a.m.
Why?
yeah,
Why?
I heard that. That's tomorrow, right?
That's
That is tomorrow.
tonight.
That's tonight?
No.
Yeah.
The
No, it's 3 a.m. on March 13th.
Yep.
That is tonight.
Why?
oh.
Wheel of Time.
Yeah. And
Yep.
I'm getting up at 2:30 on Friday morning because of the lunar eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fun,
Yep.
fun.
I'm gonna try and get up for that at least.
Yeah.
We'll see. Alrighty.
Like what? 30 seconds? 45 seconds?
Oh, that's done.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just out here just living my best life.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well,
Right.
say something. God.
Excuse me.
So cold.
You know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
It's
So we're all,
Mhm.
we're all back. We're all good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh
I
no.
was just stretching. Stop.
Uh-huh.
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 Right.
Sure, bud.
Shush. I have first off an apology to make.
Oh.
Kind of dropped the ball on something, and I'm really sorry, guys. There is some news that kind of came through, very important for Player Hater Gaming, and I should have shared this sooner. I need. It's kind of a big thing, so hopefully we get some good retention out of this. So, hey guys, all out there listening, and to my lovely table, here is kind of big news for Player Creator Gaming. We are celebrating something incredible tomorrow. Somebody here was gifted the breath of life tomorrow.
Damn it.
Undetermined amount of years ago. We're going to say 21 years ago.
Yes.
And this incredible person was brought into this world, and she has definitely brought a lot of smiles, a lot of joy, and a lot of fun jokes, dirty and clean, to
Yes.
this table.
We all know it's like 90% dirty,
I
but
don't-
anyway.
I don't want to get too sappy with it because
Too
it's
late.
not her. It's not her style. But
Yeah.
dearest Nix, I wish you from me an incredible birthday tomorrow. I don't want to make a huge deal out of it because I don't want to put you on the spot.
Oh.
But
Too late.
I was about to say it's too late.
Well,
you did it already.
I did. Yes, you're not wrong. But it's a birthday. I'm not sure how you view birthdays, but I just want to take a moment to say thank you for, eventually finding your way to this group of friends. You're an incredible person. And it's been great to know you throughout this campaign and just have you as a friend. So,
Oh.
happy birthday, dearest Nix.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank
early birthday!
Yay.
Well, there goes me trying to blow up her phone tomorrow.
And
All right.
don't
You can still do that.
worry. Your,
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
could.
your
I could.
in-game gift is
Oh.
on its way.
Oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Just you wait.
Oh, jeez.
Ruh-roh.
Oh.
Does this mean that we can use our points to give her help dice? This one time?
he's not looking.
Go! Go, go, go!
Production shush.
Okay. You guys get back to the ship, and what you notice is that crew's still working. Obviously, you can see there is still lumber, furniture's been set aside. Things are actually there is like another crew out there. It looks like they've been subcontracted to build the beds. You can see they're just building them right there on the dock, just put them together to be carried in.
Mhm.
Let's say probably late afternoon, early dinner time. By the time you get all of your errands done and get back, I'd imagine that throughout the hours that have passed, Eva, Red, and Cassandra have just kind of like moved because Cassandra gets antsy and bored. So
Yep.
they just have gone like from the kitchen to the deck to the back to the aft to the bow back to the kitchen. Everyone's getting their steps in today.
Yep.
Doc will keep an eye on the time, make sure we're not going to make the man stay too late after work.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You still have a good couple hours.
At some point, through all the insanity of trying to watch this child, Eva will have taken some time kind of just relaxing with them nearby. And towards the evening, she will approach Red. And her eyes are very much glowing. Got a second?
Are you?
What was it?
For you, always.
Cool. So I was kind of supposed to, do the thing when we got to the castle, and that didn't happen.
Right.
And then things kind of fell apart and went to shit.
Right.
There's a very good chance someone gets another dream taken tonight. But I also managed to get your last one written down. So, do you want it?
Of course. Does it work better if you try to target it? And that way you don't.
I was going to ask if you wanted to find out.
Mm.
But
Of course. I would rather
It's-
you take from someone who's willing. If you can.
just remember that I can't choose what gets taken.
I know. I trust you to write it all down.
Okay. Thank you for being here. It's helped a lot.
There's nowhere else I want to be. You know, I'm always going to be here to let you lean on me or pull memories from me, dive into my dreams. But that's not everything between us.
I know. I want to make sure I'm not just using you, you know?
No, my dear, you're not. I love you. You're supposed to be able to lean on me for things like this. Relationships aren't always sunshine and rainbows. I think I might get bored if they were. But you and I are very unique when it comes to things like this.
Say that one again.
I think it's part of what makes us especially well suited for each other.
I, for one, would not have it any other way.
Nor would I.
Eva calls Cass over, gives her a really long quill.
Runs
Hey,
over.
Cass, go see if you can find Zahn and poke her with it.
Gone! I mean, instantly.
That is amazing. I love that.
And Eva will guide Red back to their room to see if we can find out the extent of Eva's feeding.
Levikazan's passive perceptions. Okay.
Just roll a d20 for a child.
No.
What do we believe her stealth, her dexterity modifier would be?
Cassandra or Zahn?
Cassandra.
Sandra,
At
she's actually
least one
Plus
by
one?
now.
at least
at
one, if not
least.
two.
I would
Okay.
She's an active
definitely
I'm leaving
child.
it to you guys, and I'll tell you
pushing?
the roll
Well,
afterwards.
Here's the thing, right? She is an active child. She does not usually try to hide her actions. But when you tell her to be sneaky and go hide and be safe, she's really good at doing that. That's what Eva's
Yeah.
taught her to do. So maybe a +1. I wouldn't go above a +2.
Okay, we're gonna say +1. Record that somewhere. The reason I put it on you guys to decipher is because I rolled exactly a 15.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Passive perception
Yes!
is
Yes!
exactly 15.
Oh no!
Wait, Doc and
Yeah.
wait, are Doc and Jax back at this time or no? Does this happen before we get back?
You would be getting back, I think.
You would be on your way. You're not back
Yeah.
yet.
Okay, that's fair.
Zahn, you
Uh-huh.
are, hiked up sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
You're messing. You're using druidic magic. You're in your druidic element,
Yep.
and your eyes are closed, and you're focused, and you feel the energy going to the roots. You can smell the earth and its pungent nutrients and the leaves and all the water needed, and you kind of work your hands into it, and then your nose kind of starts to itch a bit, and you're trying to push through because like, no, I'm not gonna let a sneeze mess this up, and it gets a little worse, You're like, no, I'm gonna focus. No, I got this. Strong willed. I got this. Strong willed.
I
Strong
got
willed.
this. Oh
And
yeah.
you keep going, and you know, and you look
Yeah.
over, you just hear a giggling Cass as she has this long quill tickled up against your nose.
She just like hands fly out, dirt goes everywhere, and she's just like,
Everywhere.
"What? You?"
She runs off.
Zon runs after her, dirt hands and all.
That's amazing.
It's not hard for you to chase her down. Your movement speed is 40. So.
Oh yeah.
Unless
yeah,
you
no,
want to
Zon just-
pretend that she gets away from you for a little bit.
A little bit.
A
Yeah,
little bit?
running
Okay.
around the ship, you know.
Yeah.
Clearly an active child needs some active
Yeah.
running, so.
So it's just figure
Yep.
eight, Scooby-Doo moving around, running.
Yep.
In the kitchen, under the table, over the table, back out.
Yep. Zon starts jumping up and, you know,
Yeah.
try to cut her off and
Yeah.
yep.
Eventually you get her and you give her a big old, like, just double
Bear
not a
hug.
slap, but like just a grab of the head and just mush the dirt around.
No, she's not that mean. She's just gonna grab her and haul her over her shoulder and be like,
Okay.
got you now. And then just, you know,
She's laughing, losing it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And then she's gonna take the quill and tickle her with it.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yes. Won't be able to get away from that.
Alrighty then. You head down. Unfortunately, your rooms are no longer existing.
That's fair.
You head down, and it is just, you can see from aft to bow, it is just perfectly, finely, completely cleaned out. Like they have hauled up the last of what was like half walls, beds, crates. Even the stairs are like slowly being dismantled to be moved.
I guess since we don't have a room, so to speak, we'll just find a corner where we're not going to be in the way in that
Tracks
general
room.
vicinity.
Now we'll
Tracks
say there.
room.
Well, there's that. Then there's
You
also
keep your room locked, sir.
No, no, not for you guys. It's I only
Just
did it
Foster.
just because of Foster. Yeah.
There's also what now?
You could head into town and go to one of the few inns you've already been to, such as the Flying Kettle.
I think she would stay on the ship.
Okay.
She's not comfortable going that far yet.
Okay. I would say for the ship, please hold.
Holding. Also, whoever got that uploaded, holy shit, that was fast.
Yeah.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
Yeah. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
So realizing there pretty much is no privacy currently in the main part of the underbelly of the ship, you head to Drax's room and you close the door and probably lock it as well, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah.
Drax comes back. Why won't this door open?
You'll figure it out. He's just like,
There's just
There's
a
only
stock on the door handle.
there probably is one in all honesty.
Red
There's
hangs
one
a
at two
sock on
different
the
heights.
doorknob.
One is at like normal adult height, and then there's one child height.
Yeah, no. Red hangs a sock on the doorknob. You're fine.
Oh god.
You head inside, lock the door. You begin to focus, taking a moment to kind of hammock or one of the beds. Or
Beds.
Oh yeah, absolutely a bed.
sit on the bed.
Just sit on the bed, and Eva kind of just shuffles to the point where she's behind Red, able to reach her shoulder. Probably the easiest spot she's gonna get. And just wraps her arms around Red.
We'll curl back against her.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. As I said, I trust you with my memories. You'll let me know anything I need to know. Are you sure? There's a very large possibility that you could experience what I experienced in the box.
That's fine. Honestly. Because then I can understand
Right.
and I can help. The
Huh.
physical pain won't last very long. I apologize in advance for anything else.
You're fine.
And Eva will dig her fangs into Red's shoulder.
Okay.
And she's going to see if she focuses on trying to pull from a specific person, what happens.
Okay.
Because I haven't tried this before.
Right. The challenge here is the fact that she's not asleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest barrier you need to push through. Now, considering this is a feature of will and your innate understanding of what it means to draw upon the energy of someone's dreams and memories, I'm going to ask for 2 checks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with a pure charisma check and then a wisdom check.
Okay, that was
Obviously,
spicy.
your DC will be lowered because I'm pretty sure Red is just going to.
Oh, she's willing. Yeah.
So that doesn't affect your DC.
A 16 and a 15 on the dice for a 21 and a 16 total.
Okay. You bite, and for pretty much the camera's purposes, your eyes open wide, and your vision and your eyes are glazed over with that familiar purple kind of celestial starlight vision that typically accompanies the dream realm. And then you feel through your fangs, a section of your consciousness detaches from you and injects itself into the will and consciousness of Red. Within this realm of fire, ash, and raw immortality, you are standing. I wouldn't describe it as catastrophic, but is definitely a ever stretching expanse of a burned forest with flames just in random places.
Mm-hmm.
And then you set your vision forward. You can see what appears to be like the epicenter of this realm. There is a tall, impossibly tall, blackened tree.
Interesting. Is there any way she would be able to reach the tree from where she is? Or is it like superimposed really far away, miles in the distance?
It's odd. As you look at it, you're not sure if it's close or far.
Okay.
Dream physics.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
Warping time and space.
But with this understanding of dream space, there is kind of this, as the adventures have moved on and you've tapped into new strength you didn't know possible, my mortals. Feats you and your party have overcome, either by the skin of your teeth or striding it easily. Something within you has certainly begun to morph and mature. And there's a moment in your mind, you get a sense you could simply will yourself to the tree.
That was going to be my next step, is she's going to try to push herself to that tree.
as you are in a space that you have been invited in, there's just no check. There's no need. That I cannot, in good faith, ask you to make any kind of check. You were invited here. So you simply look to the tree and you think, I will be there. And the landscape stretches farther. The tree gets further and further away. Your vision doesn't darken, but everything outside of a certain radius just blurs. The only thing that's important is this path, this singular path, and everything stretches. And just as it gets farther and farther, BAM! You're there.
Warp jump.
Shocked.
Woohoo!
A little shocked, a little reeling.
Yeah.
Maybe a little dizzy,
Rubber band effect. Yeah.
but you're there.
I think
You're not
probably.
standing on ground anymore.
Oh.
As you look around, you realize, surely not. No, not this. This is impossible. No. You look around, and you're standing in a nest that could hold the ship.
Would she be, I mean, probably more instinctually than anything, would she be able to, like, reach out and brace herself against the bark of the tree?
You could, yeah.
Yeah, she would just sort of instinctually reach out and be like, whoa. Take a moment to orient herself and just grab the tree as an anchor, essentially.
Yeah, and the nest kind of like brushes up next to the tree, like we're like probably like an eighth of the pie slice if you took the whole nest and sliced it up like that. There's no like nest wall there, it's just the tree.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna be curious. What's that nest look like?
It is made entirely of ash, clay, and trees, not branches, full grown, felled, burnt trees.
She was a big burb.
God damn it, Nix.
What?
Not expecting any of this at all. She sort of just tries to look around and take in what's here. She doesn't even know if Red has known this part of herself. Just out of curiosity, would she be able to try and, like, heal the tree?
You don't get the sense the tree is dead.
Got it. Okay.
It looks burnt to an absolute crisp, but it looks. This may not make sense, but like healthily burnt.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're talking about.
Like it's supposed to be burned.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, no, I got that. That makes sense. I mean, some natural wood looks that way, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So the nest is there and the tree is there.
Mhm.
Is there, like, I don't know, if this is the right way to put it, but this is the way I'm going to phrase it for it to make sense.
Okay.
Is there any other life sort of in this space?
Not that you're looking for.
Okay.
It would seem whatever life there is, it is purely plant and
Mhm.
flame.
Okay. Cool. Would Eva get the sense that this could be one of the trees that had been mentioned in the scroll that Doc had showed them? Based on its size, based on its presence.
I mean, Red would certainly have told her that she'd had a nest at the base of the tree mentioned in the scroll.
I think you did mention it, but it's more of like,
I
would
think you did
Eva
say that.
would Eva pick up on this is the one? Is essentially it.
Ah,
Give me an insight check.
Nope.
oh jeez.
There goes my rolls for the night.
Oh no.
That's
What'd
okay.
you roll?
That's a 4.
With a 4, it's a big tree. But I mean, there are some gimmies with this because it's just common sense logic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big tree. Doesn't seem dead, but it certainly has been blackened. How is it still alive? And that's kind of what a 4 gets you.
Okay.
No answers, just more question.
Don't you be giggling over there. I'm trying to figure this shit out.
Being
Is
in this
there-
place. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, is there anything like notable around, or is it just this space with the nest and the tree?
There's
Any-
just the space with the nest and the tree.
Okay, cool. Eva doesn't really know what she's looking for necessarily, even though she knows she's trying to pull a memory or a dream from Red. This isn't what she expected, so she's sort of just into the space. Says, is there a way I should be going from here?
You said it out loud?
Mm-hmm.
Red.
Yes.
Pick a memory.
Oh jeez.
We told y'all to make a list.
Yep. Okay. I mean, does it have to be a good memory or can it be a bad one?
It needs to hold value to Red.
Okay. I will go with her memory of this poor Captain Breeze guy. Her memory of meeting Captain Breeze and being taken off of Loomshire.
Okay.
Just how nice he was to her and how much he welcomed her aboard the ship to try and shelter her.
Eva,
Mm-hmm.
you asked this out loud, and the world within Red answers. Wind picks up rapidly. Your hair gets thrown everywhere, just enough to block your vision for just half a second, and it dies. You look around, it's dark. A little bit of torchlight. You're standing on wood. You're in a docks of some kind. You're not sure where. You recognize this place. You recognize the smell of salt and clouds. and Cinnamon. As you look over and you can see a small hooded figure is being rushed through the streets. You move to keep up, as this is the first kind of movement you've seen, and they cut and dart their way through various alleyways. And you can see, once it stops, there's about a 40-foot gap from here to the cloud ships. And as the taller individual has been ushering this shorter figure around, kind of pulls a bit of the hood back to get a better view, you can see a much younger Captain Bree, salt and pepper hair gone, just long black hair, familiar rapier at his side, a little more defined in muscle. He looks around.
Because we all know Drac took the rest of his ears.
He looks around, ushers a child through. As they're running, the hood catches a little too much wind and flies back. You can see the long, flowing hair and the familiar scent of cinnamon grow stronger as what you can surmise is the childhood form of Red. And she is ushered onto a ship, a familiar ship to you, a ship you rode on, a ship that ushered you out of somewhere. You begin to understand how much difference one smuggler can make. As he moves, and just as they get out of sight, you can see, almost rushing up behind them, 4 or 5 individuals wearing very dark and bloodied, blood-soaked cloaks, bits of ash and fire still on them. As they come out, look around. Did you see her? Which way did the child go? And they look around. I don't know. I lost him. And they're looking around frantically. One starts shouting orders, go that way, they'll go that way. And they split. There's a breath. Oddly, no sound as you watch ropes just fall off the dock. And one ship very easily backs away and into the night with no torchlight heads off.
Poor Breeze.
I know everybody's just forgetting about him.
This man will be remembered in story alone. Eva focuses on it and sort of understanding that this has been given to her, she will pull it in and draw that energy into herself.
And thus, growth is found. As you pull this in, before it was just all or nothing. You just consumed. But as you pull it in, there's still a sense of control. And you feel you could cut it short. Almost like you could cherry pick details here and there. To just skim just enough to keep you going. But
That's
not
all she
enough
would
to impact.
That's all she would take is what she needs.
Okay. What would be... I'm trying to think of what you could take. I'll say for that one, Red, you...
Mhm.
What was once probably a memory pretty core to
Yeah.
you. It's just muddied, basically. You don't forget truly, like, the big things. You don't forget names. You don't forget the feeling you had in your chest. You don't forget having to sneak through or being chased, but you also don't really remember why you were being chased or who was chasing you. And yeah, you know it was Breeze, but it could have been like his first mate, and then, you know, Breeze took over or something like that.
Okay. All right. Muddy details. Got it.
But with this, Eva, you pull yourself out. Your fangs retract. Not retract, but detach.
Yeah. And Eva just sort of wraps her arms a little tighter around Red.
Are you sated, my love?
It took a lot more work, but yeah.
Good.
And I didn't get all of it like I usually do. I could control it. It was more focused.
What did you see?
You. Obviously.
Right.
Being smuggled off an island by a particular sea captain.
Right.
And your pursuers being lost in the mix. Eva will grab a piece of the cloth that she has wrapped around her waist, and she's just going to hold it to Red's shoulder to make sure it stops bleeding.
Gotcha.
I don't want to say we could do this reliably, but it worked.
It's definitely worth a try. If we could do it like this from now on, it would save the others their memories.
As long as I don't lose you in the process.
You won't. You couldn't get rid of me at this point if you tried.
My darling, we have an eternity of memories, but we also have an eternity of years. Eventually, one's going to catch up.
That's fair. But if I can recover the memories of my previous lives...
Don't tempt me.
I'm just saying, I have an awful lot more to pull from than anyone else.
Out of curiosity, DM, just because this actually was a thought that I had while we were doing this, is there any reaction from Red and her celestial element to Eva's undead?
I'm not sure I understand what kind of answer you're going for here. Could you maybe like rephrase it?
So, the way I see it is like the celestial is the pure divine essence. Eva is the opposite of that. So, would Red sort of see Eva's undead nature as like a virus, essentially?
Got you. I'm gonna kind of fall back on my belief of the different types of damage, magic, and celestial, arcane, all that. It's all just a wavelength of energy.
Okay.
It's a tool. I would say unless
Just
consciously
curious.
chosen to be that way, no.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Because normally they are polar opposites of each other. They counteract each other. So,
Gotcha.
just a thought.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this will become easier with time, and we so far have plenty of it, but I saw your nest and your tree.
Really?
Plain of fire, but a living, eternal tree.
That sounds about right.
You do realize your whole ship could fit inside your nest, right?
I had a feeling, but... yeah. I mean...
You're larger than a dragon.
Well, you can't exactly fit immortality in a small body. As I am, I'm only part of myself.
I can't wait to see everything come back. And we are going to get everything back, because that would be a sight to see.
Have you ever truly flown? Like, not on a broom?
No, actually, I haven't.
No. Drac flew you around once or twice.
You flew me. That is not me flying. There's a difference.
Just saying, though, that's...
No. Nobody has decided to cast fly on Eva yet.
Right, well...
God, you cast yeet.
Mhm.
One of the memories that I recovered, other than being tricked into the box, was remembering what it felt like to fly. I certainly hope that we can recover those and that ability.
We've got all the time to do it.
True enough.
I'll have to have you fly me around.
Without question.
Do you guys eventually leave the room?
Eventually, probably hears Drac and Doc are back, and dinner needs to be cooked, and
Something
Child
about...
needs-
Oh,
You hear the you like after you get out of this, there's like this nice, this peaceful moment between the two of you, and then you just hear...
I was gonna say Child needs to be saved from the Vikazan. Since Eva did put her up to it. But yeah, eventually they would come back into the social space.
By the time you do that, you can see Zahn has a particular child over her shoulder, and she's heading into the kitchen. Just as you see Drakex is stepping from the gangplank onto the ship, like, did I just see?
it's not even that. It's just... she got caught. I need to teach her some more.
Eva will walk over and take the quill back from the child. Or Zahn, if Zahn has it, because I think he said he got
Zahn
it.
has it. She's probably like,
Yeah.
stuck it in her head while she was running around.
So now she has a feather in her hat.
She already
She
has
had a
feathers in her hair.
No, it's just one more.
One more,
Just another
one
one.
larger, long, like captain's long.
Mhm.
Yeah. Did you send your child after me?
Maybe.
Kind of looks between Eva and Rhett and back.
Mhm.
Right. Winks. Very obviously.
Listen, I just needed 30 minutes to not go
Oh.
crazy.
Noted. Right.
Get your mind out of the
Just-
gutter. Come on.
As
He
you
just-
can see, Red is holding something to her neck. Hair is a little disheveled.
Exactly. Right. Alone time. I get that. Not to worry. Understood. Food? Do you guys want food? I was gonna make Cass some munchies. She's been running around for a bit.
We should probably make dinner.
Food would be good, yes.
It is that time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Considering, Doc woke up this morning and then we did things and then they went shopping. It's been
Yeah, it's a little bit. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dinner. I don't feel like cooking.
I got it. Don't worry.
It's not what I'm saying. Let's get off the damn ship, go on to an island. We're gonna be stuck on this ship for who knows how long after.
Right.
Let's enjoy not being on a ship.
I might need healing before we do that. Unless, you know.
I got no healing on that anymore.
I got
No,
it.
you're
Sorry.
fine.
I got it.
Panic healed Doc, you know,
Right.
didn't work. Weird.
Right.
Right. Okay. I guess we have to wait for them to get back. Or they just walked up.
Yeah.
They're just like stepping
Yeah.
through the door as you say that.
Hi, you're back. We're going out for food.
Oh, okay. And Drac is just gonna go to the table. It's like, well, I kind of supposed to pull out one fruit after the other,
You see, he pulls out like some interesting looking things. Some you've seen, some you haven't.
And there's like
Who
3 of
steal
each.
from to get these?
Oh no, I actually bought these. I just figured the fact that Zahn would actually eat one of each and then have the other 2 of each to plant them so that way we all have stuff to go and enjoy out on the Cloud Sea. Kind of a 2 for 1
I'm
deal.
gonna need a lot more dirt for that.
Probably. Then we have more than enough money, so it's not that much
There's
of
an
an issue.
island right there. Just
Yeah.
dig.
Yes, I could, but we might need to
Right,
requisition your builders to build more plots of land on the ship.
Your room is going to turn into a jungle, isn't it?
Oh, it already has. Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Drac just like eyes Zahn and then Doc and then back.
No.
And he just doesn't say a thing, but he just like eyebrow raised.
I will mute you.
And then looks over to the other 2 and just is about to say something and then like sees. He's just
Welcome to
Right.
the jungle.
he doesn't say anything else. He just goes,
Mhm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Sure.
Right.
Alright.
Let's.
But he's also very like he's whenever he reaches stuff with his right hand, it's more like he's grabbing it with his fingertips instead of his palm. So
Let's go get food. As much as I
Right.
like
yeah, right.
fruit, it's not
Right.
dinner.
No, and if you could stop acting weirder than normal, that would be nice. Why are you acting so weird,
Me?
Drakex?
Oh.
I have
Yeah.
no reason to be weird.
You still get used to his werewolf side effects. Can't touch silver anymore, as he found out.
Ha ha ha! Right.
Fine. I'm just leaving as a reminder is all.
Uh-huh.
Does that include coin? That could be very inconvenient for a smuggler.
He hasn't tested it yet.
No,
Perhaps
we would have
gloves.
because like when we bought all of the
You had
fruits
your
and everything-
gauntlets. You had your
Zon
gauntlets
pulls
on.
out a silver.
Oh, that's true. Drac
Give me
just
your hand.
like he takes his unburnt hand and takes the gauntlet off and just pulls it out. And it's just like immediately up to Zahn, just like, okay, just try it.
Just like presses it to like this part of the hand. Just like quickly. Anything?
No effect.
Oh, that's
You can
not
handle
pure.
money.
That's why. Puts
Not pure
puts the
enough.
gauntlet back on.
Mm.
It makes sense.
Right.
Contaminated silver coins.
I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of silver coins out there. It had to come from somewhere.
What if it's not actually silver?
Dun dun dun.
That would surprise me.
It's
Half of these
zinc.
islands are very poor. So it would probably zinc.
Probably.
Not that we know what zinc is yet.
Drac would. Drac definitely would. He's
Actually,
probably
yeah, you
smuggled
might-
enough.
Doc probably would too, actually. Alchemy.
Jack probably
alchemy.
has smuggled enough fool's gold and zinc to know what the difference between the two are.
As the party heads out to find somewhere to dine for the night, who's leading this charge?
Who's the hungriest one? Because it's not Eva. Not anymore.
Zon's probably not that hungry. She was working with plants and not doing much. Drac?
Don't leave this up to Red. She'll pick somewhere fancy. Let's.
Does Drac know a decent place that looks fancy but isn't?
1 through 5. Pick a number.
4.
4. Okay.
Shit. I don't like that face.
You know of a place that you've heard of, but you never managed to find it. As allegedly, its location changes.
Oh, it's one of those. Got it.
Heading around, looking, investigating, you eventually, something leads you to one of the buildings that you swear you've passed by it before during your time here, but you've never seen this sign before. The sign is of what appears to be a decently well-drawn humanoid creature, 2 arms, 2 legs, torso, body, all that. But the head is a cauldron shape with eyes and a mouth. And it appears to be like posing, like as you come across the singing cauldron.
Not gonna lie, when you started with that description, my first thought was Trogdor. I don't know why, but it was there.
Do you head inside?
Yes, we will head inside.
I need. Who's the first to the door? Is it Drakix?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm okay with that. That's a 23.
Okay. With a 23, we're going to go to break.
I was waiting for that.
It is time for our big break, our 10-minute break. We're going to go, actually, probably, I'm going to go get some snacks and water. You guys do whatever you want, but we'll see you
Yeah.
all, our lovely viewers, in 10 minutes.
Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk into this place, what is your favorite food or drink related scent?
See, that's the hard part. Do I go with the character or the players?
The character.
It's the same thing, though.
You will be surprised. As he walks in, it is a honey glazed steak with grilled sweet potatoes on the side.
Okay.
Mm.
As you walk in, that exact scent hits you.
Everybody just sees him take a slow, deep breath. And just. I have found my favorite place now.
We're never leaving this island.
Or I may try to kidnap a cook.
Ah!
He says that a lot, but it sounds like a joke, but also it's not a joke.
It is, but it's not.
As you all begin to head into this building, the inside is not reflective of the outside. The inside of this building is seemingly held together by roots, vines, and a bit of just whimsical luck. The lights themselves are actually inverted hanging mushrooms that are illuminated. The area itself is a little smaller, but I wouldn't say cramped. It is this interesting blend of cozy, comfortable. Heading inside, there seems to be just sit where you please. There is no apparent bar or anything like that. You can see one individual is moving around. She has this she's probably like maybe all of 5 feet tall. A little hunched over. She has this kind of dull cream colored shawl over her. She has this kind of wild silver hair, and she just seems kind as she puts a plate down for the table. There's probably about in total. Excuse me.
Apparently, she got
Not
she put
sure
a
what
frog
that
into your
was.
throat. She put a
She
frog
did,
into your
yes.
throat because how dare you?
Absolutely.
You did not speak of her kindly.
There's probably about 5 people aside from you, a table of 2 and a table of 3. There are a total of 6 tables in this area. Each of them can comfortably sit anywhere from 6 to 7 people. As you come inside, there is no sound of the door opening besides the usual kind of creaking of wood and iron. But almost as if she just knows, she kind of looks and smiles, these wrinkles kind of pressing against each other. Her lips lift upward. And oh, good evening. Please sit where you like.
Track is just going to smile gently and be like, "Oh, thank you," and kind of like get everybody over to a table.
You get a seat, and after a few minutes, she kind of heads over. Kind of a hobbled walk. Yes. Can I help you today?
Yes, we were just stopping in for dinner.
Of course. We have quite a few things we can make. What would you like?
And without thinking, honey glazed steak with grilled sweet potatoes.
It is our dish of the night. I see you could smell it when you walked in.
Yes, very much so.
Of course. And she looks at all of you, takes your orders without question. and drinks, tea, perhaps something a bit stiffer. And she kind of like gives like a very weakly like punch to your shoulder, Drakkix.
He just smiles and just goes, "I would prefer that, thank you."
Of course. May I
Water
have your
for the
name
child,
order?
please.
What was that?
Water for the child, please.
Of course. And then, as she spoke to Drakkix first for his order, she would look to him. May I have your name for the order, please?
Drakkix.
Thank you. And she'll turn to each of you and ask the same question.
Yep.
Doc would have tea.
Okay.
Red's going with a red wine, of course.
Of course. House hard liquor.
She strikes me as a vodka girl.
I don't know what would be more common where she came from, but
If there's potatoes,
Uh-huh.
there's definitely vodka.
She likes potatoes.
I would say the other thing you can
Sure.
get is moonshine if you want to go that route. So
Also fair.
you make that.
let's not.
After getting your food and drink, she leaves. She comes back after maybe like 5 minutes with your respective drinks. The only thing peculiar about it is what she sets in front of Zahn. It is in what looks to be some kind of glass jar with a metal screw lid, and she just sets it down.
You got a
Have,
mason
like
jar,
a
honey.
straw or just like
It's a mason jar.
It's a mason jar, woman.
no, I know.
Yeah.
But like, is there like a straw that goes
Nope.
in the?
No, just the jar.
How full is this? And is it like past the mason jar or like the? Or...
It's probably like a 12-ounce jar. As you
Okay.
look at it, it looks empty, but it has
Okay.
weight to it.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna open the lid,
Okay.
like full to the brim.
As you inspect it, you realize the viscosity of whatever liquid this is so fine that you can barely see the outer rim of where the liquid is just shy of the top.
Oh,
She's about to have some real good
Is it a
drinks.
sniff?
You take a sniff.
yeah.
As you give it a sniff, you are met with the most incredible, like, scent of vanilla and honey on a warm summer day.
Immediately takes a sip.
As you take a sip, there is no burn. There is no sound. As you take your like a slip like that.
Yeah.
It's odd. It's almost behaving as if like oil.
But not oil texture. Huh. I really like this. Holy shit. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Mm-hmm. She's going to sip it slowly because she doesn't know how
Strong.
potent it is. But considering they serve it in that big of a jar, who knows?
As she kind of sees you taking to it, she says, "Well, take your time with it, child. I can only let you have one."
Oh, damn.
Noted. Thank you.
Of course. You let me know when you want to feel it.
Insight check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
Make an insight check.
Why?
All right, Drac got an 11.
No,
Nope, nothing.
I almost had a
Okay.
19.
All right. Hold on. Let me roll.
Okay.
Let me roll.
Zahn?
18.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's a 10. This is not important enough for a reroll.
Yeah.
Just not wasting sorcery points on
11 for
this.
Doc.
What was that, Doc?
11.
No. Eva?
10.
No. What was your Zahn?
18.
18. With an 18, as you try to think about that, you're like, well, it's a good thing I have, and you wanted to think, it's a good thing I have the doctor with me. But as you try to recall his name, that wording is gone. And then you are immediately regaled with stories your mother would tell you during bedtime about fey creatures who would cross into the material plane and had incredible fun playing tricks on mortals. The most common of those tricks being taking their names.
Interesting. So is
I knew it. I knew it. The way everything was, it's like I knew it, but Drac wouldn't realize it in this moment.
The good thing, I go by a fake name.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
we're screwed anyways. So
Well, funny enough is
cheers.
we don't know if Drac's real name is Drac or not. So
Oh, great. Just looks over to the doctor. Gonna be a night. Don't we love the Fae?
When she mentions that, does anything click with Doc?
What would you think?
Well, I'm sure Doc's heard stories of Fae and things about the Fae realm in general. I'm sure he's also done research since finding out elves didn't go to the Fae realm.
Red's not getting any weird looks, is she?
I mean, Red might not be your name.
I mean,
it's not.
yeah.
That's true. It's not.
I believe Doc's also aware of Eva's patron being from the Fae as well, so
Yeah.
there's a lot of connotation that's come with the naming of dropping the word Fae around here. Doc was
Not gonna continue drinking.
Okay.
Doc was just slowly nod his head to that.
Okay.
A bit more on guard.
I would say it would not be difficult for the party over the time it takes to get your food to realize real name, given name, or moniker you are known by. That word cannot be spoken.
Cool. All of them or just one of them?
All of
We gave everyone.
No. I mean, like, both Red's real name and her moniker, or
No,
just
the
her
moniker.
the
moniker?
name you gave. Just the name you gave.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
When
Cool.
she asked, may I have your name for the order, whatever name you gave.
Okay, yep, it would not have been a real name.
Yeah.
Y'all have to call me by my full name now.
She's just gonna go back to calling her bless you.
Doc already refers to you by Rickazon most of the time anyways.
That's true. Oh boy.
After this time passes, she comes back out. She sets down all of your respective orders with it.
Question.
Yes, dear.
Once we leave the establishment after this fine, delicious food,
Of course.
will we be able to...
Oh, I keep those until you give payment.
It's a smart idea.
Thank you.
Very clever.
Payment for the food, right?
Yes.
Right, okay.
And she proceeds to pull up a chair and sit with you.
But like you in general, you or you read you?
All of you. No,
Okay,
sorry,
good.
all of you.
She
Like,
sits
no,
at the
don't
table.
focus on me. Stop it.
She sits at the table. Now, I will warn you. I understand it was a bit. What do you material plane dwellers call it? Was a word underhanded. But when you get to my age, you've all gotten pretty smart, so I had to get pretty smart too. My payment, I don't accept coin.
Uh-huh.
I would just like to hear your stories.
Will you keep
Will
those
we
too?
keep those? Yeah.
No, well, I mean, you share them. I don't take them from you, and you don't forget them. I collect them, but you still have them.
You
Right.
collect them?
Yes, I've learned in my time it's gold melts, material things fade and rust, but stories can topple realms.
That they can.
She just takes her little teacup and
Do you want a particular kind of story? A good story, bad story?
of course, my nature aside, I do seem to have over the couple of millennia seem to enjoy happy ending stories. I've seen enough things happen, and it's time to enjoy things. There's so much death here.
Right.
Does she mean recent death?
You get the sense time is pretty irrelevant for this kind of individual.
Yeah.
Recent could mean perhaps 200 years ago,
Yeah.
2,000 years ago.
We don't know how long they live.
Yeah.
We can
Might
guess when we wait.
Might I ask you for a story in return? I know that's probably a little unconventional, but
Oh, I think for you, I can make an exception. And she just pats your knee.
can she insight that? Does she know?
Of course she knows.
No check required.
So
Being
no
pretty
check
obvious.
required. What?
No check. She knows.
Oh, God damn it!
Did Doc figure what kind of face she is?
I'd say that'd be pretty far stretch. So
Fair enough. Alright. I just want to see if you will let me make a roll.
Pats your leg, Red.
Mm.
You catch a glimpse, and so does Drakix. Only you two catch this. Her eyes move to Drakix.
Uh-huh. He's gonna be like, he's probably like enjoying his steak right now. He just like realizes that
She just smiles and takes a sip of her tea.
Story with a happy ending, you say?
Mhm.
One from each of us or a collective?
If it's good, I will accept a collective.
I'm afraid our collective is still a work in progress at the moment.
So some of our individual
I can
have
give
a
one
story
good
with a
one.
happy middle.
I mean, it's really not much of a story if that's what you want, but she kind of just taps Cassandra on the head. Well, we managed to free this one from a curse of vampirism.
Oh, I think that's pretty good.
She was born with it, unfortunately, and people
Rare
like to
see
hunt
such
monsters.
things.
What was that?
Rare to see such things.
Yes, well, rare to see vampires out and about too.
You're not wrong.
I decided that it is in her best interest, since people like to hunt the things they don't quite fully understand, some for good reason, that it would be up to her to decide whether or not she wanted to deal with that and embrace that side of her when she's an adult. For now, she does not need to be hunted for her entire childhood, and so I was able to bargain for her full humanity.
Yes, I thought something was familiar when you two walked in.
I'm afraid that's all I have to offer, so I hope that's at least a morsel sufficient.
Well, I think children should eat free, shouldn't they?
This is your establishment, madam. That's for you to decide.
And she will just start looking around the table to see who was going to speak next.
Drank is currently looking down at his food. And it's mainly because it's not even like concern of anything. It's more of a story to tell.
Drakix, as you are kind of mulling this over and you're enjoying this meal, you're starting to wonder how so much food fit on one little plate. As you realize you haven't made much of a dent in the steak, potatoes, vegetables. I mean, there's space missing on the plate, but not equivalent to the amount of food you consumed so far.
Did you enhance this food by chance?
Oh, of course. I don't want to have to bring someone like you 3 or 4 plates, so it's easier to just bring 1 plate.
Ah,
Zahn, as you hear this, you kind of look down and realize, did I always have 2 turkey legs?
You now.
Or then you see the bone pile next to you. There's 3.
Oh, that's great.
It's good food. They're not
it's
going to get
ever
frozen for a
replenishing.
I imagine for Zahn, it's curious, but also it's food, and that wins over.
while. Yeah.
So she just keeps eating.
For sake of time, just make it quick.
Mhm.
Does anybody push back against just regaling a story?
Doc doesn't push back, but Doc's trying to figure out a story that has a happy ending for him in his life.
Red will try and say a story big enough that the others won't have to say anything.
Okay.
I already had the story that I was going to give, but
I
he
actually came
waits
up,
to see the reaction from Red's story before he decides to give it.
I actually came up with a story for Drakix. Ironically.
Make a persuasion check, Red.
Oh, shoot, okay. That's a nat 20, sir. For a 25.
25
Yeah.
total?
Yep. We're
Add a
gonna put a
D4.
thing on it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Mhm. Yep. That would be a 28 then.
Okay. The 28 total, you begin to regale the highlights of the story that you have with this crew thus far. Kind of mulling over the low points, but quickly being a little more forward and maybe a little more vocal about the high points.
Mhm.
You can see the individual with you is just leaning in a little more, her smile growing a bit. And you watch as her eyes begin to almost well with power and energy as she's listening to you. And when you finish, she just kind of closes her eyes and leans back. all of you feel this return of ownership within your core. And she wordlessly stands up, nods, and just leaves.
Oh, damn.
That works. too.
Thank you, Red.
Drac would try something, but he would stop when he sees her walking away. He just doesn't do anything.
As this tale has been telling, just like above the board mechanics, basically the plates shrink in size only with your hunger. So whatever it takes to fill you up, that's when the plate starts to shrink and it starts being actually consumed. So whatever it takes for you to get to that point, that's how many turkey leg bones are stacked up next to Zahn.
Potatoes. Can't forget
And
the potatoes.
Yeah.
So
All
I just
different
wanna-
types.
I just want to throw this out here. I feel like Doc would eat nearly just as much as Zahn due to the events he's had in the last 24 hours.
Yeah, true. True.
Mm-hmm.
With that, you are all welcome to leave. You don't feel anything stopping or holding you back. You feel refreshed, and all of you
Oh.
gain
The effect of a hero feast.
you gain 11 hit points on your max hit points.
Oh,
Is that permanent?
You will have that effect for 4 days.
oh, nice. Okay, okay.
So
11 hit points.
11 hit
Yeah.
points.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
I am
But
being that.
unless you wish to do anything else, you all are welcome to return to. If you're going to try and sleep on the ship, it's going to be a bit crowded in Draco's room.
Yeah.
Drac would let them all sleep inside. He would be sleeping by the mast.
I don't think there are that many beds.
Or you could return to the flying kettle.
Eva also doesn't need to sleep, so -1 from that.
Technically, there were supposed to be the 2 beds and the hammock. Because
Yeah.
it was always supposed to be Galen, Foster, and himself in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This way, you guys had your own personal space.
Mhm.
So there's technically 2 beds and a hammock.
So.
Red's gonna wake up with bruises, but she'll share a bed with Gas.
Okay.
Ugh.
I think
Drac is definitely thinking about the look that he was given
Mhm.
when they leave, but he's also, I'll be blunt, he is kind of like worried as to what the meaning behind it was.
would Zahn notice Drax staying outside for bed? I mean,
Probably.
he didn't come in the room, so
Yeah.
I think Zahn's just gonna be like, I'll be right back, and she'll go outside and stand in front of him as he's sitting by the mast.
He's currently just like gazing out over the bow, past the cannon, and just out towards the sky. Even though he hears you, he just doesn't say anything.
You gonna come rest?
I could sleep here. That's how I started.
Yeah. But you're also the captain of our ship and
And-
deserve to at least sleep in your own room.
Yes, but I want you all comfortable.
And we
And
are.
currently, I'm not really. The comforts of the mast and the position can help soothe my mind whenever I need it. So this is currently better for me.
You
I
should
appreciate it.
insight check that.
Go ahead.
you have physical dice, do that. So I can't know what you roll, but choose your persuasion or deception. Zon, what'd you get?
Got a 15.
Did that beat whatever skill roll you made?
I didn't even make the roll because he's being honest.
Okay.
You could definitely tell the fact like there's a lot on his mind,
Mhm.
but also you could see that his body is physically relaxed.
Mhm.
It's like almost sitting here puts him into like a Zen state,
Yeah.
and it's allowing his mind just to kind of like go through everything. So he's definitely not lying to you. He's being honest. Like he feels more comfortable here whenever his mind's in turmoil.
Yeah. I think she kind of like puts a hand on his shoulder and just gives it a squeeze. There's a free hammock. Just, you know. And she'll just quietly go back. I feel like he kind of got the understanding that she understands his worry for what he is, right? Because with that conversation, you don't know whether you want to keep it or not, and it's
Yeah.
she understands.
Yeah, he knows that she gets it.
Yeah.
At a fundamental level,
Just
he knows that she's her and Eva would be the first ones to really understand his current thought process.
Mhm.
Doc and Red do understand and like a surface level type, but they're the two who have gone through similar. So
Yep. She'll go back to bed. Curl up with Doc on the tiny bed. If she can.
I was about to say it's
Which
more
I
like
don't think it works.
It's the tight squeeze.
it's more like she lays down, he gets on top of her. That's how they fit on that bed. Oh. But
Are we setting
while
watches?
Draco keep watch for a while.
He was up all night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Draco also like pulls out cards and just starts putting them down for the hell of it. So probably Eva's seeing this.
Playing solitaire.
Not even. It's more like the card game that he played against, quote unquote, himself. You know.
Okay.
And he does kind of mutter. It's like, so are you the image of who I was to be, or just somebody that you were trying to speak through me?
Dracus.
And it's not even. Yeah.
About this time.
Uh-huh.
This sensation deep in your core hits. Like panic, anxiety. It's just your heart begins to race as you realize you forgot to meet that individual at the Cloud Ocean Trading Company office.
Shit. He runs. He bolts. Not
Eva,
even.
you're
He doesn't
Eva,
even
you're
bolt.
sitting there. Eva, you're just sitting back in the crow's nest, looking through your book, flipping through it.
He lost all track of time because of dinner.
You just hear,
like
shit.
you just all Eva sees is like a moment that she like perks up is Drac running to the back of the ship, jumping off, wings coming out, and him just bolting straight down towards it. It's like half hopping and half flying down the road to it.
So-
He was like, shit, fuck, shit.
So first there's a shit from below. He was like, what the fuck? What's wrong? Sees him taking off towards the back of the ship. She's like, okay, maybe he forgot something in his quarters, whatever. Watches him run up the stairs, off the back of the ship, and she's like, wait, no. And then the wings pop, and she's like, fucker.
And probably Doc is hearing the loud footsteps because he's not even thinking about like anything. It's just currying his ass. And Doc probably realized down there too. Is like, oh shit.
Hard run. You are drenched in sweat by the time you get there, but you get to the office building. You can see in the window there is a candlelight.
he slides, probably like leaving grooves on the ground. Like one hand on the doorknob as he goes through, and he's just like a hard jostle out. He's like, "Oh shit!" Finally, opens it. I'm so sorry.
He's just
I'm so
sitting there
sorry.
moaning.
Heavy breathing.
He looks up. You can see there's like a plate of food next to him, a mug.
He's
This
like,
man did overtime for you.
Drac
stands
just
up.
like. Drac is currently heavy breathing at this moment. Like probably like figments of his wings are still like fragmenting off of him because he probably pushed hard to make sure he could use it to get here faster. He's just like benched over. He's like, I know, I'm.
Clunk.
He's just like takes like a stack of gold coins out of the bag of holding because it's still on him. Walks over, still heavy breathing, puts it on the table. That's for everything. Please make sure that you get your family a beautiful food presents from me and my crew. We are so
And he
sorry.
just pushes a chest that's about a foot long and maybe about 6 inches tall, and just pushes it towards you. Oh, good. It's my daughter's birthday soon.
Oh,
And he
please.
just takes the gold coins and pockets
like-
them.
Not even thinking about it, there's probably like 30 gold coins that are now like
Okay.
on a small pile. He's just like, I truly did not like all intentions being here. So, have you ever been to the Singing Cauldron?
Doesn't exist. It like,
Yes,
like blows you off basically and takes
No.
his food.
No, it does exist.
Right.
Just-
Well, I have to go talk to my wife because it was my turn to cook dinner tonight.
Can you?
And he heads to the door and just gestures with the plate and the mug for you to leave.
He puts kind of like gently pushes the chest into the bag of holding and just walks over and just goes, I am once again so sorry. It's if you do go there, I do recommend it. Just make sure you have a story of good times worth holding within your heart to share.
Yeah, okay, bud. Sure.
And he kind of like, he's just like, I'm trying to be nice. He just like walks off back towards the ship, but he still feels bad. He's just like, he turns around, he's like walking, he's just like, if you want, we could, like, we're staying here for like about another week. If you want us to at least entertain the child with one of my crewmates' daughters, we could at least do that for you if you like. And then after that, he just kind of like waves behind him and just starts walking off, trying to get Cassandra a play date because, you know, may as well.
By the time you get back, you've thankfully caught your breath.
Eva's up in the Cronus just eyeing Drakkix as he slowly walks back down the
You
dock.
just
like,
see like
what
the
fuck?
defeated walk of the
Yeah.
Dragonborn walking up, like the walk of shame.
There's a message directly to Drakkix.
He just like leans against the.
What?
Once again, goes
the
right back to
fuck,
his
dude?
spot and just goes, Doc and I were supposed to meet with somebody. Dinner took way longer than expected. I just remembered. I'm sorry. He was still waiting for me. I felt bad. Tried to make a play date for Cass as a makeup and also gave him 30 gold for presents and makeup gifts for his wife. Because apparently he was supposed to make dinner.
I mean, I would say you should probably feel bad, but I mean, can't do anything about a hag, really, I guess.
I do feel bad, regardless. But I did also tell him about the Singing Cauldron, so if he does stumble upon it, hopefully he remembers the story. Even though he looked at me as if I was talking about
Look, you and Zon have the mind link thing going on. At least tell somebody when you go jumping off the back of a ship that you're not trying to kill yourself.
I wouldn't be trying to kill myself by jumping off of the back of the ship. That's foolish. I know that's not going to kill me. Off of
Yeah.
a cliff?
The rest of us don't have that sort of intuition.
That is fair. You also don't have wings. I forget that. So sorry.
You're lucky Fred's not there hearing this.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's why it's through message.
Mhm. He's just, at this point, completely, like, physically just drained. And he just, like, looks back at the cards, which are kind of like haphazard now, because he's just, like, kicked them all over.
Oh yeah.
He just, like, goes back to picking the cards back up. And it just starts once again doing the same thing he was doing before.
How long do you stay up for watch?
He's probably going to stay up for about a good 3-4 hours.
Okay.
And then probably just, like, rest after that.
Eva, make a perception check.
Yes, sir. Do I get assistance from Drapix, or is this individual?
He would not be there when this event happens.
Copy that. That's why I wanted to check.
Mhm.
Fuck me, I'm changing my goddamn dice. That's a 7.
Okay. Red.
These dice are going in the jail.
Yes.
You find yourself standing, and the view before you is near incomprehensible. As you look around, and while it should be a sunny, right at noon kind of day, there is no sun above you. There is only the ever-reaching forest beneath you and the hard, blackened bark that you are standing on as you are standing at the top of a very familiar tree.
Okay. When she looks down, does she see her nest?
It is too far to see such a small object.
Gigantic tree. Got it.
It's a fully grown pearl tree.
Yeah. Are there any... Okay, you said that it's just forest and tree.
Mhm.
There's no sort of identifying anything as far as where she is, right?
No,
Other than the tree and the forest. Okay.
but there is a voice.
Oh.
Behind you.
Okay.
You were supposed to keep us safe.
She will turn and look.
As you turn around, the name of this individual is unfortunately not with you, but you could never forget this face. It's one of the family members of the village and the promise of protection you were to give. Unknowing, one of them would be the instrument of your current situation. This elven female with third-degree burns over her entire body, except for a pristine white dress, looks at you, tears falling. You said you'd keep us safe. You said you would protect us through all your lives.
I was taken from you.
She steps closer. And taken? Do you forget who you are? You cannot think I don't know what you're capable of. You said you would keep us safe. You promised. Just take a step closer.
One of you betrayed me.
Liar!
Tr-
She steps closer.
I would fix it if I could. Tell
You don't
me
deserve
how
the
to help.
chance.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
She says you don't deserve the chance. She shoves you.
Oh shit.
You fall
Uh-huh.
backwards off the tree.
Uh-huh.
Wind rushes past you. Your speed increasing with every half second. You are falling faster and faster. The ground beneath you becomes clearer as it comes quicker and quicker. What do you do?
She tries to fly. Wings. Transform, please.
Okay. Roll a d20.
Okay. $15.
Well, I can't prove I didn't rotate the dice, but I promise I didn't.
Okay.
If you choose to believe me, I rolled a 14.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
As you fall, you try to grasp that familiar sensation of having wings. You didn't have arms, you had wings.
Yeah.
But in this body, you are weakened. You don't have a fraction of the power you once did. But something is still there. As you dive faster and faster, you feel a portion of your sorceress ability pulled from you as out from your shoulder blades wings of flame ignite, and you dive straight down, and then you curve and bank, and you soar forward. Eva,
Uh-huh.
a bright flame-like flash takes your vision from below. As you startled and almost drop your book, and you look down and you watch as Red has somehow managed to sleepwalk. You're not sure. She's moved to the front of the ship and just jumps off. And you watch, much like Drakix, but in a different color, a pair of wings made entirely of flame erupts from her back. You are immediately snapped out of your dream, Red, as light in 80 total feet around you, 40 and 40, dim and dull, or dim and bright. You are flying inches above the cloud ocean at incredible speed.
There are two things that happen in very rapid succession from Eva. One is a very, very loud scream as Red goes overboard,
Which
screaming
probably
her name hysterically.
probably wakes.
Immediately wakes up Drakix
Huh? What? Where? Who? Huh?
as you
Great.
see a fucking fire off the front of the ship.
Takes 2 seconds. It's like blink by the bow. Like, where the fuck? What?
And the second thing that comes when the wings actually are visible is I fucking knew you could do it.
You fully conscious and kind of aware of where you are at this point, Red.
Uh-huh.
You sail inches above the cloud ocean, kind of parting the first like foot or two as you sail and move.
Uh-huh.
You make a hard left you eventually make your way back to the ship. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, goody, cool.
I have to
My
land for the
favorite.
first time. Let's see if you can
stick,
land on your
stick
feet.
the landing.
Yeah.
Oh god, this is gonna be bad.
Oh.
It's an 8.
Is Crack about to be bowled over?
Yes.
Hold on, I'm putting a thing on it.
Okay.
Cool, that's a
I'm
12. That's a 12. It'll at least not
Okay.
be a faceplant, probably.
DC was 10 because you're just landing.
Oh,
You
thank goodness.
barely clip Dracux with your toe, and it kind of throws you off a little bit, but Dracux doesn't fall down, takes no damage. You don't fall and take no damage, but the landing's a little wonky, but you do semi-stick the landing as the wings
Okay.
just fade. They don't seem to retract into you, they just disperse.
Okay. Can she tell how long that was? Was that like the end of the ability and
So, above the table, here's the ability.
okay.
Obviously, I'm not known always for my creative ideas, so
Uh-huh.
very simple. Wings of the Phoenix.
Okay.
You may choose to expend X amount of sorcerer points. Every point equals 1 minute.
Oh.
Oh, I love that.
It's tied directly to your bloodline powers. But it does have a timer. So
Yeah. Oh no, we're good.
things that may be getting made to be gifted later will not negate it. You still need a consistent source of flight should you want to go for longer than 10 minutes, I think is your max right now if you went all in.
Okay, so including her bracelet.
I'm not
It would be
including that right now. I mean,
okay,
still,
10.
it will function as saying yes, but in
Yeah.
general, I believe
10.
your max is 10 sorcerer points.
Yes.
So it's like having fly. If
Yeah.
you go all in.
Yeah, if you go all in, that she will not be doing.
But no, it's X equals minutes.
Okay, cool. I love
I just
that.
need to
Thank you.
know, you need to decide upon activation how long you're committing to it.
Right. Yeah, got it. Yay!
Okay. You can get back into the story and wrap up the session.
Okay.
There
You've
is.
landed. It's a little wonky, you got it, but you've landed.
Eva, in all her
Dracus.
spider climb glory, literally almost lands on top of Red as she scrambles down the mast to be like, don't ever fucking do that again. But holy shit, that was really cool.
I didn't mean to. I woke up over the clouds. I just.
Yeah, I had to watch
What
that.
did you see? Because I didn't. I woke up over the clouds.
You ran from the captain's quarters, jumped off the fucking deck, and then wings exploded from you while you were under the ship.
Oh, okay.
This
Right,
is the
well-
second time somebody has decided to go jumping off the ship in less than an hour. Please stop doing this.
No, it's been a couple of hours. It's been a
A
couple
few
of
hours.
It's been a couple
but,
hours.
Yeah.
Bad
We're
night.
done.
Bad night.
I'm the one who didn't mean to do it on purpose, though. Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I might have had a dream. Right, I was at the World Tree, and this person, I could not remember her name. She was burned all over. Elvin. And she accused me of not protecting her group of people. And I know it was one of them that betrayed me. I don't know how I know. I cannot see their face. But that much I know. And then she pushed me out of the tree, and all I can remember is trying to fly, and then I woke up over the cloud sea, and I can fly now.
I'm happy for you. I'm really happy for you. Just give me a few minutes.
Right. I know it's a lot. Sorry.
Eva just goes off to the side of the ship and pukes over the railing.
Oh, Red's right behind her, just kind of rubbing her back, holding her hair out of the way. Yes.
Drac is currently just like still staring at the bow, and then just slowly turns to looks.
You see a little bit of like singe flame. I'm just a few parts.
He just
There's
kind of like
scorch marks.
he just pats it down and just robotically goes back to the mast, sits down, and decides he's probably not going to get any more sleep.
Zahn just there in the doorway holding a sleepy Cass who probably got flung out of the bed as Red ran out.
Yeah.
Just like,
I imagine Eva's scream definitely woke up Doc and Zahn.
Probably. And Cass.
Cass is just doing like the dead weight teddy bear over Zon's shoulder. Just yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just, yeah. Zahn just puts her to bed.
Drac is just going to take the rest of the night after all of this to attune to the celestial compass. Because at this point, he's just going to kind of just rest and relax that way.
Okay. There are things that happen when you tune to this, so unless anybody else has something to do, we'll just stop right there and pick up immediately right there.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh shit!
Okay.
I shouldn't have done that yet.
Red is gonna keep comforting Eva until she's more okay.
Gotcha.
It probably passes pretty quickly.
Okay.
It's not like she's seasick. She's just anxiety sick.
Right. Right. The whole time she's like murmuring, "I didn't mean to. I'm sorry."
I'm like, oh.
I love you. It'll be okay. I'll warn you next time.
If I'm awake before I jump.
It's funny is the fact that she doesn't even ask, like, wait, what do you mean by somebody else jumped?
She's like Drakex.
Well, we'll stop it there. Thank you all so much for enjoying this story tonight. We hope you had a great time. Thank you for being with us to my table. Again, you guys are all incredible. I had a blast. Real quick before we go, just knowing that I was going to give her this gift tonight, it was hilarious how many references there were to flying.
Yeah.
Just tonight. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yep.
Universe knows, I
Listen,
guess.
Look, in all honesty, like when I was about to like run off and go over to the office, like I legit thought, like, oh, let me do thunder. Like, no. That's just
Get away,
asking
people.
to wake up the entire town because that is 500 feet of thunderous noise.
That's guards. That's everybody. Man.
He was not doing that. He was
I
just like,
imagine
no.
islands very, very, very rarely go over a storm cloud.
Yeah. So
They
hearing
do,
that,
it
it
doesn't
was
matter. They're so large, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, all right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. We hope you have a great night, and we will catch you next Wednesday for the next episode of Tales of the Skytorn. Have a great night, and as always, don't forget your snacks.